a new tradition.
I think that's definitely a tradition, having the A team. Actually, yeah, I think that's the new tradition. The celebration for the A team winning is just spamming the letter A.
Now it certainly is one.
Hooray! We have support. Oh god, imagine that at an offline event with an audience.
Man.
A.
Charging up like Super
worst
Saiyan.
chant. And then someone's just getting super tilted, just like, Jesus, the worst rendition of the alpha I've ever. Say B! Oh god, I just knocked my desk, my camera just went crazy. Either way, we have Sergeant Hammer being banned this time. Very reasonable, it very nearly scuppered them.
Alrighty then. So, KT versus the A team. The A team van, as Tetris said, the truck, whatever you want to call it, is still rolling. And it still seems to be unstoppable here. Even KT, who look pretty good for the most part. I'm definitely not going to say that they play poorly. They almost had it, but in the end, it was not enough.
Phoenix, first fixed this time by KT. It was quite impactful for the A team. Makes sense to remove it.
Yeah, you can't really get away with the shish kebab stitches in all the games, you know. So I think there's only so many times you can pull it off successfully.
Which map are we on today? In this game, sorry? I missed
for this one, I think it's Dragon Knight. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it is.
Dragon Knight, okay. We'll soon start off with Urel and the Deckard Kane. Deckard Kane, of course, superb with the Phoenix. First time, though, we have seen him all day.
Yeah, and there goes the Dehaka. Makes a lot of sense, man. It could be a timeless Dehaka. What do you think?
I think that'll be a timeless Dehaka, depending on what the other frontliner they pick is. Actually, no, I just think it's going to be a timeless Dehaka anyway. No, I'm not sure, actually. Also, nice skin.
Yeah. Nice skin indeed. Wait, did that just come from someone who likes the Forsaken of the Horde? Was that the first sign of...
I can still like aesthetics.
You are not the normal standard Horde fan, then.
Look, just because we're a fan of the gothic aesthetic doesn't mean we can't appreciate others.
That's a very healthy
hate your
attitude.
Moral, not your style sense.
You know, you sound so mature. You sound so grown up. You could be an Alliance player.
It's just Malfurion turned away. Did someone send you that comic? I think where it's just like Malfurion with matches. It's just like the trees burning.
Yes,
the Horde
I saw that one too.
I think that was tweeted at us. Thank you, whoever did that. Jaina banned away here, removing a whole lot of Phoenix empowerment from both sides.
All right, yeah. So basically, there's a lot of heroes that we've seen consistently being locked in by the A team, especially Jaina on Jaina and the Diablo for Kaito that are now getting taken out of the equation. It looks like, you know what? Saint Yuka feels like, dude, this Alexstrasza is getting too easy. I want to have a challenge. I'm going to pick Deckard Kane now.
Yeah, I want a challenge, so I picked Deckard Kane. Oh dear, how will I ever cope? No, Deckard's still fantastic. They are bringing out the Grey Maid though. Olele. I'm feeling good about this. They've got a Tyrell to empower it. Very team fight heavy comp for the A team this time.
Am I the only one who has to think about Hawaii when I hear the word olele? Like ukulele, olele?
Do you mean a ukulele?
A ukulele, yeah. But it sounds like olele. Do you know how to play the ukulele?
No, I don't have to play any instrument. I can play the electric spoon. And that's it. As we see the Reyna and the Stukov being brought in here by KT.
All right.
So they're bringing out their own Reyna Phoenix composition this time with with the slows from Muradin. I believe Isolation does technically slow as well, right?
Which one?
Ooh,
Isolation? Yes, it does.
All right. And the Illidan returns.
The Illidan returns, and this time he may actually use the hunt with a judgment, maybe? I'm not so sure which kind of playstyle we're going to see here. It's so hard to predict, right? On the one hand, Sanctification with an Illidan and an Urel could actually be amazing, especially if the opposing team tries to fight back. But then again, Turiel the Hunt, Judgment the Hunt, blow-up damage coming in there as a result as well.
Yeah. Reyna doesn't auto-heal. You can stun lock him. You can have a good time.
Yeah,
I mean, there's no soul stat. They can't steal the RPG draft of, like, Hunt, Judgment, Hinterland.
Yeah.
But what is their other assassin? It's Reyna and who?
Raynor and I believe... Oh, man, that's That's a good question. Sometimes I do have the memory of a goldfish. I can't remember what happened 10 seconds ago.
Me too. We'll find out in like 5 seconds. No, Phoenix on the other side.
Phoenix on the other side, right?
Wow, thanks, brain.
If they just zoom it out a little bit, we can actually see it.
Yeah, bring it back. Or show it at the bottom of the screen, like HCU and NA in Korea does.
So,
oh, well, we'll find out in like a second's time.
Tetra, man, the Illidan is back. What do you make of it? Decent
comp to run it into. The only issue is maybe a massive shove and Muradin's auto attack slows, which still are a thing. It was Greymane. Okay, yeah, that's a decent burst follow-up.
All right.
Judgment into go for the throw. It's possible. I can dig it.
So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let's see who's going to take game number 2 in this best of 5. The A team is still rolling, but can KT stop them? With Hope on the Phoenix, Timeless on the Dehaka, TWT on the Stukov, Hikari plays the main tech Muradin, and Hape on Raynor.
And on the right-hand side, it is going to be the team currently 1-0 up after playing 2 series already today. It is the A team with Jaina on the Yorel, Olele on the Greymane, Bruiser on Illidan, Stukov playing the Deckard Cain, and Kaitu bringing out the Tyrael.
Kaitu back on the Tyrael. He did him good service in that first series of the day when he played it against Team Nut, and they won with it. I think Kaitu, once again, like, he's more than redeemed himself up to this point. Absolute stellar tank play all across the board. And we see the red icon this time, by the way, on Jimmy. So that means ace in the hole, extra damage on all of his abilities and auto attacks, as long as there's a target that is stunned or rooted. Slowed. There we go.
Exactly. Is it all CC or is it just stunned or
slow?
No,
it's just stunned and slows. No roots, no silence.
Fair enough. Makes a lot of sense here. Here we also have the Illidan starting off with what has been a little bit more standard today, Battered Assault. We did actually see Immolation earlier on today, but didn't work. That's the game that, in fact, the A-team lost. But this time, sticking with the Battered Assault, extra team fight damage, a little bit more useful here.
Now, Illidan, of course, will try to become that counter-global, I feel like, against the Dehaka, so I'm almost pretty positive that we're going to see a hunt here for sure. Now, this is a dangerous spot for the 18. The Stukov silence to zone out everybody on that zone. TWT does not let go yet. Bruiser already low on that Illidan. One more shot by the Jimmy's all it needs. He doesn't get the grip, he doesn't have the range. Irel, boom.
Oh my god, so many low health bars here.
Yeah.
As Jaina actually just tanks the front line here and forces Hope to back up as well. Whole lot of abilities just blown, but no one dies, at least yet.
No one dies. Healing fountains were drained there as well, of course, to bring everybody back in good shape. Greymane now joining the party, gets a double dismount. Tyrael, does he have another slow ready? No, he does not.
In comes Hikari. Nice little slam there. Not too much of an all-in play, but just a little bit of harassment every now and again. Illidan's doing the mercenary camp, which means top lane's currently unattended. Dehaka going to get a nice channel there. If Phoenix can out-trade... Oh, hello. Phoenix is going to try and out-delay this, as that's a DK. Nicely done. Hikari escapes, and they even kill Greymane. KT, good start.
Yeah, this is a wonderful start for them. You said it, man. As long as Phoenix, bullies away the middle laner, the Jaina on Phoenix, the top laner could then rotate to the middle, and that's exactly what they did. They grab an early Dragon Knight. How much value can they get? One tower destroyed. The second one will follow suit shortly. And already KT, man, they look like an exchange team, like a different one. They're scaling away with that lead and experience. In the meantime, though, off camera, somewhere a lonely Phoenix died to the assault of Illidan and Irel.
That's a pretty... I've never heard those two words said together in terms of being ganked, and that's quite nightmarish. Yeah. Like, when I think of heroes I can escape from, Illidan and Yorel are sort of bottom of the list. So, yes. Pretty good gank to start with. DK, currently solo laning. It's just cleaning up top lane. I mean, value gained wherever you can find it, I guess.
I mean, it was close to expiring every way, so Dahako's like, yeah, sure, why not? I'm going to end up getting there anyways. So, Phoenix still back in the middle. Load short death timers. Kaitu trying to reinforce this mercenary. Cam, there could be a Dehaka coming in anytime soon. There he is, coming in from behind.
Mana and healing over time potions coming in from the deck of Kane here as they begin to turn around. Illidan gets dragged, immediately just dives deeper as they take down Hape here. They begin to turn it around. Bruise attacking through his Stukov, just getting any heals he can. Such micro double root Greymane Bruiser damage, and they're gonna get a 4-kill streak, and let's hope.
Is Phoenix gonna clean it up?
Oh my god, is he gonna dive? Oh please,
oh.
no, my dreams. Why must my dreams be memes? In comes Jaina, and that's to let hope escape.
We all wanted to see the brave, courageous Blink into laser beam play, of course. But only in China. Ladies and gentlemen, are you going to see these death matches around mere mortal camps here? Here we see the Haka coming in from behind. Because of that mercenary, he can't immediately land the tongue. Then he lands it eventually. But look at Saint Ukov on that Decker Cane, man. He stays alive for such a long period of time. As long as there's one allied hero next to him, 10 armor and cooldown reduction means potions for days. So many resources being invested onto killing Stukov, Saint Ukov, and they don't get him. So that's a one-team fight for the A-team, although it was an expensive one nonetheless.
It was a very expensive one, but the fact is the A-team are still ahead in experience. And we are going to see them attempt to, well, gain control of the lanes and their own mercenary camp as KT just continue the aggression and begin to pile on and look for maybe an invade. Hikari is thinking about it.
When was the last time we saw an all-in mercenary brawl?
Probably last week. They're pretty common.
Yeah. Just saw it a few seconds ago, but KT still goes for them.
Hey, tanking through, drops some counter damage very quickly onto Bruiser, who's still hanging around the area.
Alright, Seashine's pushing in. Let's see how much value they can get from it. As long as they maintain control over that shrine, they should be fine. Illidan hunts down Hope on that Phoenix. This time they don't let that one go through in so easily.
Nice little move in by Hikari there, putting on some pressure to that bot area, going to try and get the double channel. This could give Dahaka the opportunity to pull off a repeat play. This time, though, there is a Yarel in top lane, so that would be a very quick rotation for her to delay. Hikari jumps out, but that puts a lot of danger onto Hape here, and he gets burned down.
Man, Hikari
Right, Dahaka, though.
That's crazy. Here comes Dahaka, yes, but 2 people already dead against KT. Now, can they make it 3? Phoenix barely makes it out alive. Even Illidan isn't brave enough to actually chase him down all the way. But yeah, man, I mean, it was so obvious for me when I saw that when Hikari, he took so much damage from the consistent Greymane auto attacks. He didn't even take the time to heal back up with his trade. And then when he jumped out, guess what? Jimmy, who had been banking a Merchant to hold the front line, he couldn't get out of that route anymore. He was completely isolated and fell immediately.
Level 10 hit by the A-team as they pick up the Dragon Knight Sanctification, the Hunt, of course, which is used from point-blank range, going straight for the Dahaka. Lornado as the follow-up to lock down Timeless as they kill him off. The other defender, and Greymane has yet to pick his.
Yep, Greymane is still waiting patiently. I think he wanted to wait until the last moment for maybe going onto going for the throat. Even the Cursed Bullet would be so nice against Murden, and there it is. And the Lornado, actually, really interesting. Let's talk about that one a little bit more. Like, Dahaka cannot be body blocked when his W is active, right? But it doesn't make him unstoppable, so the Lornado won't be affected by it. He's still going to get knocked back into the enemy team's backline.
So now we see Illidan putting pressure on Lele and the entire team of A-team here. Now, here is the roughest point. When this Dragon Knight is going to expire, so it's not going to happen immediately. But against this composition, here's where everything can go wrong for KT. If the A-team can get another Dragon Knight and they push into either of these keeps, defending keeps against this composition is not good. Here's where a Lornado composition actually gains value, because the gate is as wide as the Lornado. If you get that Lornado put down behind you, you're kind of going to die, because unless you have an escape tool of your own that can't be interrupted by CT, or at least you can reposition yourself effectively, then Lornado's going to push you directly into Yarel, Greymane, Illidan, Tyrael, and you're going to explode.
Exactly, and maybe put a Holy Ground on top of that. You can't even run away after the Lornado expired, so I see some serious trapping potential on the side of A-team if they want to go down that route. Of course, we could still see Law and Order if Tyrael wants to play it a little more teamfight damage centered. Lornado, Hikari can run out of that. He doesn't have Avatar, he went Haymaker.
Haymaker is used onto Olele, pushing him back as they immediately turn back around, though. Olele just walks back in. Tyrael also dies, though, but counter explosion trait value kills the Phoenix. Then they also are able to kill off Reyna, chasing down Timeless too. Where are you going to go, Timeless? He's pretty fast. Oh, baited, but the speed boost moving in. TW team for the heal. Timeless escapes.
All right, the value of the level 1 movement speed. There we could see it. Timeless with a master juke coming out here and running to safety. Cute little move. But still, that doesn't change the fact, unfortunately, that it was a disastrous team fight for KT. Losing members that early on after blowing up Tyrael did backfire a little bit. It was a 3-for-1 trade. Only Timeless made it out alive somehow.
So now, top 4 getting taken down very quickly here. Gonna burn through that with the greatest of ease. It's still a double bruiser cam. They could have maybe pushed further with that, but it's the bridge of death. No one wants that. Even though, once again, it's a pretty good area for Lornado.
Yes, it actually is, yeah. So if you have all the tools available, you could force some heavy damage with a Lornado, but it could also backfire. Let's not forget about the fact that there's pretty hefty AoE damage coming in. All the Lornados zoning away the Muradin who wanted to get that Dragon Knight. Oh. Saint Yukov, man, he's all over the place.
That's so cool. That's such a cheeky play. As we see them move in as 5, once again, heading for tier 2s. Luckily, though, Lornado 20 seconds out, so they have at least a little bit of clear time before that's up again.
That it is. All right, bottom lane is the safest lane to push, right? You have so much movement freedom. You have mercenaries reinforcing later pushes there as well. If that keep falls, it's going to be such a heavy blow already. Hikari is getting chunked down to pieces, and down goes the Muradin.
They go for the throat. The Pon's on Raider, not enough for the kill. Flaming Swipe to buy some time. Here comes the teleport from Hope, keeping himself alive. But that's going to be a keeper with half health on the Dragon Knight and Illidan inside it.
Sanctification.
They're just going to walk to the core right
question
now.
Mark?
Call exclamation mark as they move in, heading straight forward as damage boost coming out from the Decade Cane as they all get silenced. Not ideal, but down goes the Dragon Knight. They can immediately now group up in the Sank, and that is game number 2. Nicely done by the A team, and Kendrick, they are one game away from taking down KT.
What is happening? The KT team just got dismantled there in that last push, and the A team, Tetcher, game after game, they just look stronger and stronger. That was game 11 they played on this one playday. It's insane. Where do these guys take the focus from?
The A team, they are laser guided. They're out of Crucible range, and it's like a weight has been lifted from their shoulders, and they're suddenly just playing some of the best heroes of the Storm that we've seen from the A team. In fact, I will absolutely say the best heroes of the Storm we have seen from the A team this entire season. I am monumentally impressed. They're one game away. They're not out of the woods yet. This will, if they can beat KT though, they will only be one best of 5 against BTG away from going to the Eastern Clash and causing potentially the upset of the year.
And I never thought I would say this, but at this rate, at this point, I don't even think Beyond the Game would be safe anymore against KT. If they show up swinging like they are today, it could be a very close one against Beyond the Game, who are kind of like the gatekeepers.
So strong last week, though.
Yeah, that is true, man. But who knows?
It's rough. One step at a time. KT first, Beyond the Game second.
Exactly. We have seen many a reverse sweep in Heroes of the Storm, right? Especially when those best of 5 series start to kick in. KT still has one chance, and then they make it happen. They need to make it happen twice more after that. So can they stabilize? Can they put their, their act together? If it had been any other team for KT, I would have probably said yes. But with KT being so unstable mentally sometimes with that timeless factor, I'm not so sure, man.
At least this is not a Crucible game. KT are fine. If they lose this, they're fine. They